All right, guys, so we're into the game. I have become the main caster
Season control.
from this. Yeah, exactly. This might be a little bit unfamiliar for some of you. It looks like TheMax is playing in the red, and he is playing as... What is the Civ icon there?
That's the Mayans.
It is the Mayans, because it is a Mayan mirror match, and I've been trying to get used to the Civ icons, but I haven't as of yet. It looks like he's got a nice back gold here on this map as well. His wood lines, he's struggling a little bit for it. He's got one in the back and one at the front, but other than that, not many options. Let's look at Mr. Yo's map. Mr. Yo, very solid map. Gold in the back, secondary gold in the back as well. Wood lines all around. He could possibly wall this entire area. His stone is a bit far forward, but there's that cliff there. There's the two wood lines. He can secure that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And if he wants to go maybe... Would you go Drush FC on this map maybe?
Versus Mayans, possibly.
Yeah, and then just get into plumes early?
Yeah. Obviously, Hera does not like plumed archers now. I think that's the one thing that has been made very, very clear.
I think I heard that about 5 times yesterday. It's him complaining about plumed archers, but maybe Mr. Yo is a bigger fan of them now, even with the extended cost. Great lumber camp there from Mr. Yo, obviously trapping the villager in. Always like to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Looking over at TheMax, he's going for 4 on wood. Pretty standard.
Yeah, with Mayans, I mean, you wouldn't put 3 on wood unless you're going crazy aggressive. You also have our red player Max luring in some ostrich. But, you know, his map is definitely worse than Yo's. So, and I would say that he is also the player that's more likely to go aggressive anyway. So I would definitely be starting to expect that from him. Mayan mirrors, it is really all about the plumed archer later on. So I think we're going to get to that at some point. But up until then, yeah, we'll have to see. Just normal Dark Age stuff for now.
Always makes me so nervous every time someone shoots the board with the TC.
Oh,
I know he's done it a million times, but like, man, I imagine having that happen in a tournament with no restarts, right?
Oh, that would not be too pleasant. But that's like one of the things that Yo always does, right? Is like almost every time he'll shoot the board with the TC. And if you can pull it off, then it does save villager HP, which can be totally critical. I mean, how many low HP villagers from the board damage have we seen picked off over the millennia? So it definitely can work out. Notably, though, Yo is opting to scout his opponent, whereas Max, he's just chilling at his own base.
Well, I mean, he did push 3 ostrich, did he not? Or 2? Sorry.
He pushed
he pushed 3. He pushed 3 ostrich, so that's a really good bonus. It looks like he's going the wrong way with his eagles, though, which could really hurt him. If you delay that scouting and you don't know what your enemy is up to, and you don't know where they are, that's not good at all.
Well, because Mayans kind of have 2 options, right? You can either go for the very fast men-at-arms, like, then forward, possibly.
It's going to speed up a little bit here.
Yeah.
Catch up to the game speed.
I've been having to do that as well. But you can either do that, or you can do the Drush opening, and then go more defensively.
Yep.
We do have the militia already queued up here for Yo. Barracks already complete. Max, no barracks even started. So we're already seeing some divergence in these plays as Yo, despite going with technically the more aggressive opening, in the long run it's going to be the more defensive one, likely.
Yo did spot that back gold from Max, too. So he knows he doesn't have too much to pressure like that will hurt Max immediately on the front side here. And if he wants to pressure this back gold, he's really going to have to go around. Militia already out and coming across the map. Max does spot that right away, and Yo is just walling up behind this. Where's he going to wall to? The side of this cliff, and then probably back here again, and not yet walling the backside there. But I think he's going to be fine. He's going to put enough pressure with this this rush here that he's going to have time to fully wall his base.
Yeah, I think
comfortably.
That should be the case. Militia going to be coming in here now for Yo. Going to be looking to get some damage done. Of course, quick walls are likely going to be an option, but if you can just avoid even that little bit of idle time, then you certainly would want to go for it. But yeah, it is going to be ultimately a Drush mirror. It's just going to be the matter of the offensive versus defensive Drush.
Yeah.
And that usually means, unless there's something like really wild going on, that the militia are going to kill each other, and then nothing's going to really be done as far as damage goes. Just, you know, we have to wait for Max to unleash the militia. So, well, having to fight with villagers.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of defensive Drush, just because I think you're letting your opponent dictate the game
Exactly.
especially this early. It's not a great way to get started. Like, you can see what Max is forced to do with the defensive drush. Has to wall off his wood line here. He can't go out to the gold yet. He wouldn't be out there already, but he has to be cognizant of the fact that Yo is here. Whereas Yo, with the offensive drush, is able to wall his entire base.
Yep.
And now he's going to be safe, and he can do basically whatever build he wants to do back behind this.
Yep, Yo just going to be going with some, pretty forward walls, I guess you could say, just to make sure his stone is extra safe. I think this is more indicative that there will be a transition over into plumed archers later.
Good hits there. Great hits there from Yo. I think Max is definitely behind on HP here. Once again, though, defensive. Nili's holding up messages for me. I'm trying to understand. He said zoom closer for the drush fight, and I will. Great engagement there from Yo. Already taking one militia. I think he's going to clear up the second one here, and the third one's going to go down, and then he should be able to clear up this eagle pretty easily. Full HP on his eagle, and now he's going to go out to gold, the Max is, because he figures these two units aren't much of a threat anymore.
No, they are not, and that's what I was saying about the drush. They usually end up killing each other. Notably, we do have our blue player Yo clicking up to Feudal Age before the Max, so he will be able to get up and running just a little bit faster and make that transition a bit more easily. Shouldn't really be too big of a deal, but yeah, Max just now clicking up 2 villagers afterward. I'll have to see what these guys are going to want to be doing as the game goes on. Max is already notably seeding more farms than Yo. Or, never mind.
Yeah, Yo's economy is looking pretty good. I mean, he's fully walled here. I'm just going to speed up here to catch up to the game. DE spectating, thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like we're going to catch up pretty soon here.
Yep, so nothing going to be too crazy going on. Of course, Max is going to need to wall himself off eventually. Don't want either Eagle Warriors or Plumed Archers just running in and ruining your life. And Yo just trying to be a little bit annoying. Does actually have a villager here. Whoa, that did not realize that for a second. So maybe he was trying to go for a forward tower or something.
Yep. He was trying to get in, and good on Max. Like, he used the time of winning the, pushing the drush away to wall his base. So,
indeed he did. But look at this forward archery range from Yo. We thought he'd be the passive player, but look, he's also adding in more militia. He's back up to 3, and he's getting the men-at-arms upgrade. So he's wanting to bring the hurt onto his opponents, and already
what is this going to do, though?
The double wall coming in from the Max.
Yeah, I think, does he see that that archer range there? I'm pretty sure he does see that, right? No, he doesn't.
There we go.
I'm trying to figure out the clicking buttons.
I know. I still
it's so different. And the men-at-arms upgrade coming in from Yo, and a few more added as well. So he wants to punch through these walls. He wants to get his archers in there to do damage to the eco. We can see an archer range from the Max coming down, and a blacksmith as well.
He's about ready to clear the castle age.
Yeah,
so he's just going to wall. So long as he doesn't get completely wrecked by towers, Max is going to be in an amazing spot once he hits castle age. Because this is a ton of investment here from our blue player that really has not done anything so far.
Nope. And he's queuing up a couple archers here, going for the blacksmith as well. Where can he pressure on Max's base?
I don't think he can. Just straight up. I mean, I guess there technically isn't a whole lot on the left side, but you can very easily just send some extra villagers over. We can see the Max actually taking a little bit of stone right now. Not sure if there's going to be more of a commitment.
He just wants, no, I think he just wants more for the TC, right? Because he spent it on the tower.
Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense. I think fast castle crossbowman should be the play here from the Max. He was actually talking about it earlier in our first set of the day because we were all on the couch just watching Liereyy versus LaaaaaN, and he said that when you have a good map with Mayans, you should go for Drush FC into crossbowman. So clearly this is a strategy that he thinks is very good, and I think in this situation it's totally going to work out.
Yeah, and how does Max protect behind this? He's just waiting for castle age at the moment. Like, how many does he have? He has 3 archers. Yeah, it should be enough to push it away for now. But Yo could run around his base and be super annoying with this army.
He could indeed. There is a second range on the way right now for the Max over by the gold mine, just providing a little bit of extra shielding as far as that goes. And looks like we have a bit of a pause coming in, but that is hopefully fine. But Max
Let's look at the reflection off Max's glasses. Is he pause? Is he playing? What's he looking? What is he thinking right now? What is going on in his head?
What's this pleb doing trying to go all aggro on me? I'm just going to get the cast edge, get crossbows, and wreck him.
Yeah. So who do you favor here? What position do you favor?
Oh, Max by a lot. I think that his castle age timing is going to be so much faster than Yo's.
Yeah.
Because even if Yo clicks up really soon, which, you know, he's pretty close, it's going to be so much further behind compared to his opponent that...
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just being asked questions right now, just trying to answer them.
Yeah. So, Yo, I'm not quite sure what he's going to need to do. He's going to need to defend in Castle Age, but the problem is his archery ranges are forward, and that's going to be a rather tall order. So maybe he's going to need to like go onto stone, play defensively, and get up to plumed archers, because those eventually will scale incredibly well against the normal.
Yeah, but they're so expensive now.
They're so expensive.
Oh, we can see Max's point of view right now. We can see that beautiful cube mod.
Age of Minecraft.
I know how much you like that.
So...
Okay, now we can see his point of view. All right.
Okay. So now it's going to be a little bit of a fight. For some reason, my game didn't unpause. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky, but still, just with some quick walls, the power of town centers being garrisoned.
You can see Max right now is just delaying at the moment. He's up to Castle Age way faster than Yo. He's just trying to delay as much as he can until he can get the upgrades, and then he can push Yo back. I think Yo overinvested definitely into the men-at-arms, for sure. Didn't really get him much aside from killing that one house and getting into his base. So Max will recognize that and realize that he must be ahead at this point.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, Max's map was just a little too good, back wood line, back gold mine. And yeah, I guess he was pushed off of forage bushes, but because he lured those ostrich away in the beginning of the game, then he had all the food he would need to click up to Castle Age. And now he's got crossbowmen out, and they do not have any upgrades at all. So that's actually less scary than they could be.
Yeah, but they're still much better than anything Yo can put in the field right now. And Yo's just waiting for that Castle Age upgrade to come in. He's at about 60% now. I don't think Max can venture too far away with these crossbows. He's got to keep them in his base. I don't think he can go to Yo's base, not with those forward buildings.
Yeah.
And he's got to make sure he keeps producing from these two ranges, because once Yo gets to Castle Age, he's going to put focus on military instead of economy. So.
Well, the thing is, Yo didn't spend any stone on the tower.
Yeah, that is true.
So he could actually, I mean, he's totally safe at home. He could just throw down the extra TC, send his reinforcements back home, and I think he should be fine that way. I mean, Max, he has the faster Castle Age, but he really hasn't been able to do that dance where you just have so much extra range and damage that you snipe all your opponent's units. Really, you can see the kill-death ratio is mostly still in those militia and scouts.
I love how Max made an outpost on the right-hand side, playing super safe. He went out to that stone, made an outpost down it, looking for the army now with these crossbows, and now he's going to wall out in front. So he's very nervous about where Mr. Yo's army was positioned and where it was going to hit his base. And now that he's done that, I don't think Yo can loop around to that side.
Yeah, I think that's pretty unlikely. I think he also got Town Watch, so that is going to be even more safe.
And he's looping around on the left-hand side, too, with about 4 archers.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Sneaky, sneaky, cheeky, breaky. Here we go. Yo's getting all the upgrades now. Crossbows coming into this area. Snipes a villager.
That's going to be a
and
nice
now he's going to take the engagement.
Both players just trying to do the little dance back and forth with their crossbowmen. Numbers should be pretty even between both players. I think Yo just has a little bit of an advantage. Upgrades. Yo actually also has one of the defense upgrades, so that may help a little bit if they actually end up fighting, but still just a little, you know, a few little snips here and there onto the Max by Yo.
And Max actually picking a villager at Yo's base as well with those four crossbows. So very smart decision from him. I think he knew he could hold on this side. As you can see them going for another engagement here. And he sent the 4 crossbows around to the left and actually killed a villager on the wood line. So good from him. Another pause coming in here.
Hopefully everything's working out with these players. Villager count, it's pretty much even. Yo is 1 villager ahead. Military count dead even. It's been a very even game so far, despite the two having somewhat different playstyles. We now have a Mangonel just about to finish here from Yo, and that is definitely a unit that can equalize things.
And that's what he needs to do. If you have these forward buildings here, I don't think you can afford to lose that forward position. If you've invested the wood into making your production buildings there and you have your army up here, I think you need to add a mangonel. Otherwise, there's the threat of Max overwhelming you, right?
Yeah, totally. And, I mean, Max's stones are on, like, complete opposite sides from each other, but you're going to want to get up to extra TCs in a castle eventually. And if that can be denied by Yo, that's going to be an amazing way to really solidify his advantage in this game. But looks like just a few crossbowmen going to be coming down here from Yo to defend his base.
And Max is coming from behind with crossbow as well on this mangonel. So Yo has the potential for a big shot here. He takes it. Max splits away. Very, very nice micro there from Max.
Yeah, it doesn't take too much damage. There is a defensive siege workshop for a red player as well, but Yo's already got his second mangonel out on the way. Max definitely feeling the heat just a little bit, but remember, there really hasn't been any damage done that's like critical. So really, everything is still completely open. Military counts, dead even, villager counts similar as well.
And the army from Max cleared up. This poor guy, the last of his unit, dead on the edge of the map.
Feels bad.
Yo's kind of trapped in here. Yo's definitely trapped in here.
Yeah.
He's, it's funny because Yo's too afraid to commit because he doesn't want to be fully trapped, and Max is too afraid to commit because there's a mangonel there. So we'll see what can happen. It looks like a big shot. Oh my goodness, big shot from Yo there on the crossbows from Max. That's a big moment.
Yeah, but Max has been doing a good job sniping any of the other crossbowmen, so really the numbers are still
another one!
easy.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
This is definitely quite painful. Yo with around a 5 military lead at this point, and yeah, he's just going to keep on up with the pressure. Any TCs behind this, we just see Yo adding his second TC right now, so that's going to be his play. That's how he's going to use this momentum advantage. Looks like a 1-for-1 mangonel trade. Nothing too crazy about that.
You're a little bit ahead of me here.
Oh, you were a little bit ahead of me a second ago.
We'll try and figure it out. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to switch over to yours, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
See if I have the power. Looks like I have the power now. So Max is currently 4 villagers ahead. That might just be wheelbarrow or handcart or something. The economy should be pretty much even. It's all going to be about this little archer dance. And I don't think anyone has ballistics yet, so it's just who can sort of step a bit better. Looks like one crossbowman has been killed by Yo.
Yeah, but all the pressure is in Max's base at the moment. So that's the advantage. Ooh. I think there's a mangonel coming out soon here from Max. Let's check the siege workshop. There it is.
There it is. Does a little bit of damage, nothing too
Yeah, but Yo's going to have to... Oh, man, that's a big shot. And Yo's going to have to micro in such a risky position here.
Nope.
Mangonel of his own coming forward, though.
Notice Yo wasn't even going for the mangonel. He was just going to continue to snipe random crossbowmen. I think that's smart because he just didn't have enough crossbowmen to actually finish off the mangonel. So he's just going to try and thin out his opponent's numbers as well. Ultimately, it's a 1-for-1 mangonel trade. But as Yo is the aggressor, he's going to be able to push right back into his opponent. Still has a little bit of a military advantage.
And
he's
third
getting,
TC.
Yeah, third TC up as well. Behind this, Max does have 2 TCs. But, well... if I know my basic numbers, 3 is greater than 2.
3 is definitely better than 2. And I keep saying it, like he's putting all the pressure from the very start, from the drush. He's putting all the pressure on Max. And the only thing forward that Max has sent was those 4 crossbows. He killed 1 villager. And like, look at all the time he spent wandering in his own base, being defensive.
Yeah.
So it's definitely playing to Yo's game plan right now.
Yeah, Yo is just completely comfortable at home, other than losing, just 1 villager to 4 crossbow. And Max has just not even gotten to the other side of the map. And he's not going to anytime soon because, unless he wants to go all the way around, he's going to have to walk right through Yo's buildings. And he'll be able to see that coming from quite a distance away. Yo sending 1 crossbowman to the north, probably just for scouting purposes. But,
Mangonel engagement here coming up. And nice dodge from Yo. I thought that was going to be 1-for-1. Very, very nice from Yo. It also looks like Yo has a unit back in Max's ugly wood line. Trust me, that wood line, as we would say, has a great personality. Because it's not beautiful on the outside, I can tell you that much for free.
Yeah, that's certainly not ideal. I think that one crossbow was likely just to scout, see what his opponent had over there, and Max is actually setting his entire army over to deal with the one dead crossbowman.
Now that he's scouted that incredibly exposed woodline, now he's interested in doing that. But there's a Mangonel on the way from Max, and that is in the path that Yo needs to take towards that woodline. Let's see the micro from Yo. He's had a few big shots against him.
Ooh,
and that was a nice attack round. That was definitely an attack round rather than a targeted attack there. And once again, Max has to abandon this stone. That's probably the third or fourth time this game that he's had to run away from that stone.
And now things get really ugly for the Max because Yo got ballistics behind that. And ballistics is pretty good. It makes you, just being able to snipe your opponent's crossbowman so consistent. Yo even microing away from the Mangonel while still able to get the crossbows, and that's just GG.
That's GG. Well, like, what do you expect? There's all the momentum throughout the game was with Mr. Yo.
Yeah, and he just kept Max in his base, so if anything went wrong for the Max, it would just be game over instantly. And that's what happened, is things were very, very even, villager and militarily, but just the second Yo got an advantage, the game was just done. And that was really, really well played by our blue Chinese player.
Yeah, and even with those Mangonel shots, even with those big Mangonel shots, units killed. Still more for Mr. Yo.
Yeah, just really, really strong play across the board. Now we can see the achievements. See, better kill death ratio, but almost all of this came in at the very end of the game. Other than that, it was pretty even for most of the game. Yo, just a little bit better of an economy. He did get up to the 3 town centers. So, again, like his game plan was just one step of the way all the time. And you can see that even those little extra resources, 7 more technologies research. Those were both of the archer defense upgrades. Max didn't get any of those. And the, of course, ever-important ballistics upgrade. So, yeah, Yo just...
I think at that point even, like, ballistics was just unnecessary. Like, he was putting so much pressure on him,
Yeah.
And most of those engagements were so close.
Yeah.
Yo was not afraid to get close to Max's army.
And I think, like, his decisions to not snipe Mangonels and instead just go for crossbowmen, just keep your opponent's numbers low, I thought that was really smart, because then if your opponent doesn't have any crossbowmen, like, how are you ever going to be under threat?
Yeah.
You're just going to slowly trundle across the map with Mangonels, and just real good stuff.
Yeah, good game plan from Yo, good execution.
So, transition, see what second map is going to be. I think it's going to be Islands.
Yeah.
So
we're not confused this time.
We're not confused this time.
That was an audio, though.
Okay. Oh, they're already
Odyssey,
in the game.
Sorry. All right, let's.
They're just getting right into it.
Let's get into the game. There's no delays here, boys and girls.
Yeah. So might have made a little bit of a mistake last time. I was looking in the lobby browser instead of the spectator browser.
OrnLu.
I know. I am
OrnLu,
big noob.
OrnLu.
Whoa, enhance. So we are in the game now. Game number 2 on Islands. We have the Yo as the Incas. Wait, not Incas. Just kidding. The Civ icons. That is Vikings. No, it's Italians. Max is Vikings. I was on the wrong player. Everything was confused, but we're all good. And we're going to be seeing, once again, instead of Japanese, we have Italians. That's same difference. They do the same thing. And Vikings, I think this very much lends itself towards Yo doing some landing stuff.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, so backdocking from the Max is actually a very real possibility.
He's got a lot of water there. He's got a lot of fish in the back. And with Vikings, you generally want to dock in the back. It's a very slow build-up.
Yeah, exactly. Vikings, the reason that we say that they want to go for the back dock is because it's just that much further away that your opponents have to sail around the island to get to your fishing ships, and because you don't have fire galleys, every second you can buy to build up those regular galley numbers is just so critical.
Yeah, Vikings is kind of like, for a long time, with the introduction of the fire galley, people were saying like, oh, Vikings aren't as good anymore, they were the dominant civ forever on water, and now they've kind of made their way back. Because you can transition into things, you can go into longboats or which is an extremely good unit.
Oh, yeah, I think
in the Castle Age.
Vikings wouldn't be seeing as much of a resurgence as they have unless they also got the longboat buff where you don't need a castle to build them.
Yeah.
Because the payoff is just so good for being able to get to the Castle Age quickly, whereas before it would just be to get into a war galleys or whatever, and that, I guess, was just not quite as much of a payoff that you would need. So that's why we saw all those Italian mirrors for, a year and a half. But now things are a lot more varied and interesting.
Yep. Max also bringing the boar in with the scout, which is usually, I mean, if we didn't already know with the pick, it's usually a good indication that you're not going to land if you're losing free HP on that scout. So
yeah,
we can't expect a landing really from him. Mr. Yo, though, going out with a villager to take the boar. So take that as you will. Maybe it tells you something. Maybe it means nothing. We'll find out as the game progresses.
I will take it as it means something.
It means that he's going to land.
I'm confident he's going for this landing.
I hope so. I mean, Islands is a really entertaining map when you get a landing. And Max actually going for the forward dock as well. So maybe he expects it. Maybe this is going to be like a repeat of the Liereyy versus LaaaaaN Islands.
That's that would be interesting for sure. I mean, obviously, the Max and Yo watched the last series, so they know how everything played out. So we're going to have just potentially a lot of galleys able to snipe whatever few fishing ships that Yo is likely to create. Pretty nice for Yo, though, is his dock is very close to his opponent's island.
Yep.
So you do not have far to transport.
Well, that could be unfortunate, too, because if Max maybe goes out with a fishing ship to scout, maybe he sees it. You never know, right? It's very, very close.
Well, Max has plenty of fish around his dock area, so I don't think that would be too likely. But there's definitely the possibility, and even if Yo lands this island, there's a lot you can do. The gold mine is a little bit far away here for the Max. Wood line, of course, right by the shore, as is the forage bushes. So yeah, I think that a landing could certainly get something done. And the question is, will we see it?
I think so.
I think so.
If he's putting the dock in that position,
yeah,
like he could have just docked way closer. There's a reason he went all the way to the side of his island, right?
Yeah, you see the
he didn't take the boar with the scout.
Yeah.
There's a couple things, and they're all just adding up at the moment. I think we're gonna see a landing. Although even if he goes for water, he's got an extremely good civ to do so.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Italians, and why I think they're just so good on water still. Even if you don't go for landings, is you have the cheaper age up, you have the cheaper dock upgrades, and you can just fight with the best of them on water. Everything for Max, though, pretty normal. Notably, he's clicking up faster than Yo.
Yep.
Still don't see a transport ship yet.
And yeah, that fishing ship is going to stop right there at the deep fish. Not going to find the dock.
Not indeed, but still, I don't see a transport ship queued up. Man, Yo's just making us look bad. we think we know what's going on. Apparently, we don't know anything.
Well, and he's sending another villager forward, too, which generally means that he wants to put another dock down, right? So
yeah.
If he's going for Navy, then Max is going to struggle. It's probably better for Yo if he goes for Navy in this situation, because Max he's going to take time to get the galleys out, right? You got to mass them, so...
Yeah, I mean, Max is going to be a little bit faster up to Feudal Age, but because the fire galleys are so good against regular galleys...
You need like 3 regular galleys for a fire galley.
Yeah, it's actually crazy.
Yeah.
And these docks are so close to each other. Maybe Yo just was like, oh, he thinks I'm going to go for the landing, so I'm going to go for like the Galaxy Brain 9000 IQ play and then not go for the landing. And know that, oh, okay, he's going to just put his docks forward like he just don't care. But we'll have to see here. Max is going to be up a little bit faster, is on 3 docks already. Yo, is he only on 1? No, okay. Now, second dock is just about to complete, so we are indeed going to be seeing this fire galley versus regular galley fight that we actually don't see all that often.
No, we were hyping up the landing way too much.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, I think that was the situation. We were hoping for the landing, but we are going to see the fire galleys and the galleys, and I think, if Yo goes the correct direction here, he might think that Max is at the back, and he might spend valuable time going around to the back of the map. If he goes the correct direction here, Max is going to be in trouble.
Yeah, because he sees his, the tiny bit of shore of his opponent's island, but nothing else. So we'll have to see. Galleys are coming in here from the Max. They are actually going in the completely wrong direction. Oh, this might not be so great here for the Max.
Well, I think it actually helps him. I think what has to happen is Yo not finding his dock, but Yo is going the correct direction. Yo, I don't know if he suspected that Max docked the forward position, but he's just checking out to be sure, and he has now found the fishing ships and he's found the galley from Max. Max is coming back with these two, but I think to fight off 2 dock fire galleys, you need like 7 or 8 galleys of your own. Yeah. And he's going for a transport ship too from Mr.
Finally, we're right.
Yeah. And only 1 villager and a scout. So what's the play here? He's going to find this gold. It's kind of an ugly spot to have a landing, especially if Max finds you, because he can wall it off really easily.
Yeah, but you can see here, Yo hanging back with his scout, making sure it's not revealed, and he's going to be towering his opponent's gold. But still, on the other side, Max able to snipe a fire galley eventually, very slowly. But still, it will be done. Looks like we do have fishing ships alive for both players. Just 1 more, I guess, for Yo.
Max mixing in a bunch of demos too, so that's a really good play from him. No tower from Mr. Yo. He's going to go for the barracks. Or sorry, stable.
And it can totally do damage. We'll see if he goes in with however many scouts, but oh, look at this TheMax, totally on full alert. He's going to be scouting the stable right away, going to be starting to focus the villager, but because he lured with the scout of Yo plus the villager, able to easily take down the scout of TheMax, and now comes the tower time.
Yeah, I think this could have been avoidable from Max. He sees the tower now. He could have just walled that area and sent his galleys around because he has water control. But I still think he's going to win this engagement.
Yeah, 1 villager down already for TheMax.
If he brings his galleys right now, he can deny that tower. He can kill the villager, wall out the stable.
Yeah, but notice he doesn't even have a barracks built just yet. There are now 3 scouts, and that is quite a scary number.
He's
for
bringing them
only
now.
Villagers. Oh man, but there was a time I was showing it for a little bit where Max could have actually sniped a bunch of fishing ships of Yo's, but those are all still alive and working. The tower actually never got completed.
Yeah, and this is what he should have done in the first place. As soon as he seed it, or he saw it seeded, as soon as he saw that tower, I think you need to bring the galleys over immediately. And look at that villager; it's so cute. Oh,
it's open though. I'm pretty sure it's open.
Isn't that just the cutest archer range you've ever seen in your entire life?
But
it is open.
It's totally open, and he's not going to finish it.
Go slap him. Yeah, that woman's going to... Oh, the quick wall attempt from Mr. Yo on the villager. Not to happen. He deletes the archer range. The landing... this is a very unfortunate landing attempt from Mr. Yo, and I think when you're going with 1 villager, you got to be sneakier than that.
Yeah, I mean he was trying to be sneaky at first, but TheMax able to scout it out pretty darn quickly. Spearman coming in.
He might pick a Vill.
He's already picked off 1, but looks like 1 will be the only villager that ends up dying. Looks like maybe another fishing ship went down, actually, as I think Max is actually down to 2. And you can see across the board, there is a 5 villager lead here for our blue player.
Yeah, but I think it includes fishing ships.
It would include fishing ships.
Yep.
And right now, Yo is sailing away with his, because Galley's coming in here from TheMax.
So the difficult part here, and especially with this water balance, is if you're in TheMax's position, do you keep producing galleys from all of your docks, right? You want that water control, but do you want to sacrifice your economy to keep producing those galleys? Because if Yo keeps producing fire galleys, he can come back.
Or how about fire ships, because he just clicked up to the castle age, making good use of that Italian cheaper age up, not forgetting it exists, which is always nice. But right now, look at the military difference. It is 17-4 in favor of TheMax, so... Yeah, Yo has to be very careful with his fishing ships, making sure that they don't die, but how far away is Max from getting to Castle Age? That is still quite a ways, only around 300 food, 120 gold.
Yo's playing hide and seek with this transport in the middle. He just dodged around the galleys from Max. Max has galleys on both sides, and I think Yo is going to thread the needle right through the middle to get 2 villagers. Unfortunately for him, though, Max is building his docks in a way that like scouts out his entire shoreline and makes his fishing more efficient.
But what if he lands on the other side of the island?
Ooh.
Ooh. Could these be for some more stables?
He's gonna go all the way behind, I think.
Oh,
And
sneaky,
he's
sneaky.
hunting down those fishing ships from Mr. Yo as well. Max is.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice for him. It's at least making some advantage out of the fact that his army, or rather navy, is so much stronger than his opponent's. But unfortunately for Max, he will not be able to scout out what his opponent is doing as far as this transport ship goes. And we're going to be seeing Yo hitting Castle Age in around 13%, and Max is still not clicking up yet.
Yeah, Max. Oh, see, this is the swing I was talking about. You know, like, do you keep producing? Do you hang out near Yo's docks? Maybe kill the docks instead of running after the fishing ships, and just keep that water control? Or is there a potential to let him back in the game? And I think he's let him back into the game here.
Yeah, definitely. Look at Yo instantly grabbing Careening alongside War Galley. I absolutely love it. Careening costing minus 50% with Italians, and it's just so good against the galleys.
Yep.
And it, you know, your fire ships are sailing tanks at that point.
And he's
Another
going to have
stable-
knights too in the back.
I'm loving this play from Yo.
Oh, this is just so aggressive from Yo. It's great. He sent one villager over early. It didn't work out, so he's like, yeah, let's send 2 this time. Maybe next time he'll send 3. We don't know.
It is a 100% increase in the villagers sent over.
Yeah, and he lost water, and he looked completely comfortable.
Yeah, like,
losing water.
This guy has just not been shaken yet.
No.
And Max is only 33% of the way up to Castle
jeez.
Age. Blacksmith on the way on the other island as well, so these knights are completely unupgraded right now, but still, a knight is going to kill villagers fairly quickly.
I think you have to wait too. I think you have to wait till you have at least 2, maybe 3 knights and upgrades, because if you show it too early, then Max starts producing spearmen, and you might be in trouble there. Actually, Max clearing up a fire ship, couple fire ships from Yo in the center of the map. So Yo is kind of taking his foot off the pedal on the water game to supplement this land attack, and I think Max might actually take the water back, but he's gonna have problems in his own base.
Yeah, I think Yo is easing up on the gas pedal when it comes to on the water, because he has knights in his opponent's base on the land.
And a siege workshop.
And a siege workshop. So
and quick walling like crazy here.
Yeah, those are some fancy quick walls right there by the Max. And that is actually going to be fully walled.
And now he's shifting back onto water here. So a couple more fires coming out. Gonna chase away those galleys. I don't think they're gonna kill the navy.
Demos coming in. Those are some good hits as far as demo wraps onto fire ships go. So Yo losing a good old chunk of HP on those, but we have the Mangonel out already. That villager has been absolutely rocked.
Destroyed. Demolished. Everything that starts with a D. That
Disintegrated.
Yes, exactly. Deceased. Yeah, we got a long list.
Oh yeah.
So where does Yo push in here?
I think right in the front of the town center.
Just pressure the town center, make him repair, make him make his own siege workshop and counter units.
Yeah, but look at this. Max is instead going for stables. I actually am not the biggest fan of this because, well, he's been in Castle Age for like 30 seconds, and the knight is just now on the way, because he didn't have the stables done, in Feudal Age. So this is going to be pretty slow, and if you're doing the same thing as your opponent, but more slowly, that's not really a great sign.
Well, I mean, he's taking back water control. So he's gonna be able to pressure Yo's eco, and maybe even bring those war galleys to play. And Yo's actually transporting his knights over to the golds. Oh, Yo! Max tried the quick wall, but it's not gonna happen.
Oh.
The knights are in, the villagers are forced to go into that tower. He does quick wall behind, so he's only going to lose 3, but what a play. What a play from Mr. Yo.
That was a great play from Yo, a nice attempt at a counter play from Max, but just not quite enough.
And the knights are coming forward to snipe the Mangonels now from Max.
Oh, Yo actually built a forward tower, interestingly, but knights kill Mangonels a lot faster than knights kill knights, so I think both Mangonels are going to end up falling. Yeah, that's going to be the case indeed, but at least the tower means the villagers are safe, so they won't be able to be sniped. And on the other side, looks like there might be some DE pathing problems with the knights not attacking the watchtower. But yeah, they'll be cleaned up by the war galleys right there.
I think Max was weirdly comfortable with the situation, knowing that Yo had set up along this side, knowing that everything was in range of the water. And
Yeah.
once he won the forward position on the water, he could just loop around again with the war galleys and take care of it. So now Yo's second landing is going to face a lot of problems. Are we going to see a third landing here?
Better
That's
have
my
3
question.
villagers,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying.
Send at least 3 this time.
A Scorpion actually
Scorpion.
out. I guess that's going to be good versus the Spearmen, but
Yeah, not
in
versus
that
the
few of
war
number.
galleys and the knights, though.
Yeah,
and now the
no.
villagers are going to be forced to leave pretty soon, and he's not going to be able to build any more forward buildings in the Max's base. Is he starting again on water? That's what I want to see from Yo. He's actually adding a second TC.
This, I think, is going to start looking real bad real quick. You see longboats queued up here from the Max. Yo's forward positions getting all cleaned up. He had the big advantage when it came to initial night production. Yeah.
Did you see that? He quick-walled his villager, but it was against Max's house, so Max just X-nayed the house, and the villager is toast.
That is what we call eminent domain right there.
He's just toast. And yeah, I want to see either forward docks, which Yo is actually putting down right now. Okay, so he's going to invest on water again, but Max now into the longboats.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge problem here for Yo, because on top of everything else, Max still has a good amount of war galleys just left over that can contribute in the big fight. But one of the ways that you can prevent longboats from snowballing out of control is if you just, kill them in low numbers. But oh,
that demo shot though,
right from stage right.
Yep.
Oof. Yeah, that's going to really sort of gimp this attack of Mr. Yo. One longboat almost destroyed, and indeed it will be, but we can see behind this second TC is up here for the Max as well. Going to be in a good spot. Another demo ship. That one probably only killed 1 fire ship, I think, but you can see the military numbers 19-6 in favor of our red player.
And Yo's actually killing some fish from the Max. Max has had those for a very long time. A lot of extra food income over Yo. So a couple of those are going to die. Not a huge deal at this point in the game, but it does factor in. Well, Yo is making some more stuff in the stable here. What is he? Oh, just 1 night. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything too impactful. Notably, Yo is going to be up to 3 town centers, and with those fishing ship kills with the fire ship, he's even on villagers if nothing else. So, despite what the score says with Max, looking like he has like an insurmountable lead or whatever, I don't think this is any or close to lights out for Yo.
How many of those villagers are within range of the water, though? That's my question.
For Yo?
There's that 1 TC at the front, which is very vulnerable to water units, and then I think there's another wood line at the back, maybe that can be ranged as well.
Gold line a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not honestly that bad.
I think the focus should definitely be totally on water at the moment.
At this point, yes, because now the warships are getting, with a long enough range that your villagers really are in jeopardy if you are not saving them. But Dave, there is a third transport, but it's not.
It's from Max. I hope
Yo.
he puts 3.
I really
He's
hope
just going to put his knights in there,
Yeah,
I think, and send them over. And that's going to be, that's going to be devastating to Yo's economy if he doesn't kill that transport ship before it lands. And I don't think there's a way he can.
Well, that's 5 knights, actually. I thought there was only 2 at first, but no, that's going to be 5 Knighterinos. Do have the +1 defense as well. They're going to be much more capable of tanking the town center fire. So this could be a little bit tricky. Yo is sending his war galleys all the way around. I guess they'll be able to pick off these few war galleys, but that's not, anywhere near as important as this huge mass of longboats.
Look at the damage they're doing to that TC, too.
They do some nice damage.
Yeah, and here come the Knights. I'd love to see the Knights just immediately run to the other side of Mr. Yo's base.
Or do you just kill the villagers?
Or actually, yeah, you wait until the TC is low enough, and then kill the villagers.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
At around a little under 500 HP is when you can go in with those knights comfortably, and Yo's just desperately trying to repair, but those villagers are like, let me into the burning building where it's safe.
Oh, Yo's going to lose probably like 7 or 8 villagers there, and he's going to he's forced to reveal his war galleys on the front that were garrisoned in the docks. And now that Max sees that, he smelled blood in the water, so he's going to chase after that with his longboats.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the water advantage was always in favor of the Max, and it's going to take Yo like a million years to catch up.
Max is losing some villagers. You were laughing at those war galleys at the back, but he's already lost 3 villagers to those.
Well, he shouldn't be losing more
No,
villagers.
no, he shouldn't. He shouldn't be losing, but he has. So.
And Yo has gotten ballistics. That's definitely been a little something.
Yeah.
Max just now finishing his university, but I guess that's it.
Yep.
That's DE for you. Just the ending just hits you like a truck.
Yep. And that is a victory for Max. I think in his head, while he was being pressured on land, he was thinking, I just need to win water.
Yeah.
I just need to win water, and it's going to be fine. And you can see that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and he, complete kudos to him for being able to hold on the land, because getting, mangonels.
It looked hairy, especially when those knights landed near his gold. It was like, whoa, man. I don't know how you're going to fight this off.
Okay, so I guess we're all good. Max having the better kill-death ratio by a little bit, and look at that largest army differential. Like, that is all in all those extra warships that the Max was able to produce. And that, I think, was the big determinative factor in that game.
So we saw the full power of the Vikings and why they're considered to be potentially #1 on islands now again.
Yeah, just look at that military count explode from the Max over time. Going to be wrapping up game number 2. So we are one apiece.
1-1? Long set?
1-1.
Long set incoming?
Oh.
Maybe?
I think so. I mean, we predicted 3-2 to Yo, so...
Yeah. Well, I wasn't, like... We were talking about it last night, all of us, and I think there was differing opinions, but almost everyone said 3-2.
Yeah.
Depended on which player was going to take it, but almost everyone said 3-2.
Exactly. Oh, and they're in it.
They're in it, and it is Mr. Yo's pick this time, Valley, which is a very interesting map, very aggressive map.
Super zoomed in the start again, but here we are on the Valley, turning on the scores, and it is a Chinese mirror. What do you think of the Chinese pick here, knowing that Mongols is banned?
I think Chinese are just super strong.
Overall, they're just a good civ,
Yeah, they're just arguably like one of the best civs at the moment on almost every single map, and maybe for the other maps they have strategies picked out for specific civs. So they looked at, like, Yo looked at Valley and Max looked at Valley and just thought, we'll go with one of the best civs.
I mean, because beyond the hunt in the middle, Valley is more or less, a completely standard land map with no super, I guess, distinguishing features other than these deer and occasional shorefish in the middle of the map. And these guys are definitely going to be fighting over it. With Chinese, is much less likely that we're going to be seeing men-at-arms openings, but, early scouts, I think, could totally be an option.
Well, it depends. Like, it depends how much your opponent is investing in the middle, too, because men-at-arms definitely have a better damage output, especially against villagers, than scouts would, right? So
yeah, certainly.
Well, and if the opponent mixes in a ton of spears, too.
Yeah, and notably, again, we're seeing Max going for the deer lures. It's already taken in 2, I believe, and Yo has taken in 0. But yeah, I'm also kind of surprised because Chinese are a much more defensive civ. Like,
maybe both of these players have planned, I'm not going for the middle. I'm scared of the middle. I don't want to touch it, and I'm just going to push in the deer at my base. I'm going to wall up a little bit, play defensively, and maybe try and catch him off guard as he goes to the middle. It'd be funny if both of these players just absolutely ignore it.
But as far as, defending goes, Yo's base is definitely on the awkward side of things.
Yeah.
A little bit open near the forage bushes for my taste. He has this hill right in front of it.
He can wall to the edge of the map, I think, or easier than the Max can. That's one thing about Valley. You generally you generally generate close to the center, so it's hard to get that full map wall.
Yeah.
And I think Yo has a better ability to wall to that edge.
Yeah, he actually might have the better map than the Max. Just because the Max is so open. He doesn't really have the hill problem. I mean, yes, there is a hill that's right here, but it's not like, the complete front of his base like it is for Yo. But yeah, neither player with the prettiest map in the world, which is definitely notable because on a lot of Valley generations, you actually have very defendable maps early on, but this ain't one.
No, it definitely isn't. I do not like that hill from Max at all.
No.
I know you're saying like it's not that bad, but like look, it's his stone, his gold's within range of that. I mean, it's
I'm not saying it's not a big deal. I'm saying it's not as bad as Yo's, which is really bad. But yeah, I definitely think we'll be seeing a lot of aggression, probably in the Castle Age at the with a ton of knights, mangonels, that sort of thing. And of course, Chinese mirrors are one of the more interesting ones, at least in the early to mid game, because Chinese is such a broad
There's
tech
a lot
tree,
of
you
options.
can just do like
There's
pretty
a ton
much
of
anything.
options, yeah.
And yeah, should be seeing what these guys are going to be doing pretty soon. Everything has been totally even so far. I guess checking the lumberjack count, it is going to be 4 for the Max versus only the 3 for Yo, who did take his deer eventually, by the way.
So maybe scouts and wall from Yo. I don't see anyone showing interest in the middle yet.
Nope. Max trying to get a little cheeky snipe onto Yo's scout, but Yo able to dodge that at the last second. And yeah, we'll have to see. Interesting that we do have the 4 villagers on wood here from the Max, and his map is so open. We'll have to... Maybe he's going to try and go for men-at-arms? I mean, with some deer, I'm pretty sure you can go for men-at-arms.
I mean, how many did he push? He pushed 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's definitely possible.
Pastor's Feudal Age will be coming in from our blue player Yo, clicking up on 21 population.
And where's he going with those villagers? Oh, boy.
What you doing there, Yo?
Oh, boy. What are we about to see here?
There is no barracks yet.
Okay. Yeah, see, we got all hype. We got all hype for a lumber camp. I was expecting some like tower forward something.
Forward mill, forward barracks.
Lumber camps can be hype too. It's how you look at it. All right?
Yeah. From my point of view,
there's a bunch of shirtless dudes over there. All right. Let's get excited.
Yeah. Well, Max, it won't be too late in clicking up to Feudal Age. 23 population as Chinese is nothing out of the ordinary. Neither player has a barracks yet.
Yeah, Yo is going. Okay, he's going with 2 villagers, so he should be able to get it up in time. That was a bit late though.
Yeah, I think there might be a little bit of idle time technically, but I don't think it will be too big of a deal.
It won't come into play here.
Yeah.
No.
So, just everything very even so far. And again, no one going for the middle. Like, we're thinking Japanese, Bulgarians, going for those really, really aggressive men-at-arm civs.
Hate to say I told you so, but
yeah,
I did tell you so.
Yeah, you did.
No one going for the middle. Both players playing super defensively here. And
that's
Mr. Yo actually clearing up the scout from Max, and that's a
that's
big
kind of
deal.
Weird that Max would just let the scout die. So Yo's just going to have that available to him. He can completely scout what his opponent is doing and not be scouted in turn. Stable coming up for Yo, so it's not like he's doing anything too crazy. But for instance, Max now doesn't know if there are going to be villagers behind this that are going towards the middle. I mean, there aren't, but Yo knows completely what his opponent is doing. Well, he will soon enough, and Max will not.
Yep, and Max is actually dropping a stable with 4 villagers, wants to get that up as fast as he can, and Yo already making spearmen, so Yo has to guess what Max is going for in this situation.
Yeah, total awareness here from Yo, but it's not like there really is a whole lot of divergence. We just saw Yo click up a little bit faster, win a little bit of an early fight, but neither player going for the middle. I mean, yes, you're right, Dave, but you shouldn't be right. I mean, someone should be trying to go
at some point, like, we always talk about how aggressive this map is, but we've seen it with all other maps where, like, whether it's like the no wall mod or whether it's with super open maps, at some point, people are tired of the aggression, They want to play safe, especially in a tournament.
Yeah, definitely the case. And Max is going to be walling the northern side of his base with some nice little zigzaggy walls. So he's definitely looking to potentially take this a bit longer into the game. Scouts coming in here from Yo. He does have a 1 scout advantage, but that is now going away.
I like that little quick wall for that villager, playing super safe with the Max. He saw those scouts. He's like, nope, not risking that.
Noped out of that one real quick. And Yo going to be walling off himself. The forward villagers are definitely quite exposed on that lumber camp, but there is a spearman to protect them. Yo now walling the backside of his base, where of course he can take that gold. And this is a very
for
peaceful,
a long one here,
yeah,
I think.
This is a very peaceful game of Valley.
We got a bunch of boomers here, that's
man.
for sure. We got a bunch of boomers.
Well, both Max and Yo are certified boomers by the AoE2 Boomer Association. Did you get your membership this year, by the way?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, trust me, I'm not a boomer. No.
No.
I have an annual membership to the Market of the Month Club though, because I really use that one. So.
Is Rico J the president?
Okay, so the scouts from Max looping around. He's, I think Yo's gonna wall in time at the back here to the edge of the map, and I don't think Max is gonna find anything. Yeah, Yo could see that scout, and he finishes the wall right away.
We are how long into this game? 1350?
Long enough to get everyone fully walled.
Yeah. And there's only been one death so far. Here comes Yo.
I like that.
In.
I like that a lot. I think he's realized that if he doesn't get in now, he's never going to get in. And then the scouts are going to be fairly useless.
Oh no, it's the mill farmer. Oh, phew. I swear, the lowest life expectancy in all of AoE2 are villagers that farm right next to
exposed farmers.
Right by the mill.
Yeah, and like Max should take this villager and put it near the TC.
Yeah,
because Yo knows exactly where that villager is. He knows that it's slightly below half health, and he's coming back for that, whether it be now or later.
Oh yeah, but Max just now going over to gold. He does have double the military of Yo, so he has actually invested a lot more into
way too much, especially after seeing that Yo was fully walled. I think that's way too much.
Yeah, we have to imagine that Yo is going to be at least a fair bit faster up to castle age time, and here we do see a bit of divergence as well. Archer's now on the way here for our Chinese player, and our Finnish Chinese player still just sticking on the one stable.
Kind of an little bit awkward placement there for the archer ranges from Mr. Yo. I don't think he's trying to hide them, but there's not really a good place to put them anywhere in this base with that hill you were talking about, right?
Yeah. I guess he could have deleted the palisade walls, but then you just risk a bunch of scouts running in and...
All right, he's coming back with the scouts. Does he go to the mill? Does he go to the mill farmer?
The Ville mill.
Yeah.
And there's still some foragers at the forge bushes as well. There is a spearman on standby for the Max, though. Don't think he's going to be getting a ton done, is Yo, and yeah. Definitely pretty peaceful.
What did those 2 extra scouts accomplish for Max?
Nothing.
Nothing. Like I'd love to see him at least scout all the corners of the map now. Use them for something.
Oh yeah, and that's what you should be doing.
Yo is here. He's gonna trap a villager, maybe.
Probably.
That's one gone, and that's
first blood as far as villagers go in this game.
I mean, Yo's done more eco damage, and he created less military than Max.
Yeah.
So, and look, he went right back there. He's looking for him, man. He sees him.
He's jumping around. He's gonna go for it. He's going for it.
Hera's so proud right now.
Oh yeah. Interestingly, Max actually did click up a little bit before Yo, but he's actually going into +1 defense for his cavalry. I mean, he made way more scouts. It makes more sense that he would go for the knight approach. But like we were saying, Chinese mirrors, they have a very broad tech tree, so in the mid game it will be archers versus knights as game.
He's going to snipe that?
Oh, he's getting it?
Yes!
Oh, he's getting it! Oh!
Yo, I love that we have the cams here so we can actually see it is Yo, not Hera. Because that was a very, very Hera-esque snipe there.
Oh, definitely.
Went in for that guy.
Notably, 2 villagers on stone here for the Max. He hasn't spent any stone. Oh no, he built a tower. Okay. On his gold mine, as he is still a little bit open. 2 stables for him. Just going to be standard knight play. I think he's going to try and get up to 3 TCs, and we're pretending that this map is Arabia.
Max with the outposts again, near his gold. You saw that in the first game.
Yeah,
I think he made 3 outposts in the first game just to figure out where the military was. From Mr. Yo, and he's made a tower there, so he definitely saw the archer transition coming, for sure.
But the tower, at least right now, isn't
It's just going to delay him at the moment, yeah. I think he's playing too safe.
Like, Yo's going to be looping around here with these soon-to-be crossbowmen. There are a lot of scouts still alive, and they do have good upgrades. So honestly, I think Yo is a little bit too ambitious with these archers, because as soon as some knights come out, this could be a big problem, and a spearman being sniped.
Yeah, and I like how he's kind of moving the spearman away.
Oh, it's the debate.
Yeah. He's kind of moved the archers in the other direction. No, you can't move the spearman away and then leave the archers. Okay, now he's motoring.
Yeah, okay. Now we have Yo looping around here with these brand spanking new crossbowmen. They just got their crossbows from Amazon. Shipped
And
directly
right
to
onto
them.
the stone, too.
Oh, yeah.
Right onto the stone from Mr. Yo.
Did he get a villager?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
he got one there. Or no. Max pulled her away early. He had the outpost there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. There is this outpost here. If I can ever get the Fog of War button right. Yeah, this outpost, and it looks like there's Town Watch researched once again.
And look at on the other side, too. Look at what he's done on the other side. He's got an outpost there, and then he's got a spearman in each gap.
Oh, man, so many buttons.
That's just-
Oh, that's pretty.
That's just
Free
really
tracking.
attractive scouting right there
Oh,
from
yeah.
the Max.
Like, that
Gets me
vision,
going.
That vision just makes you feel good.
Yeah, exactly. And he's still, he's a presence with these scouts. Even though they didn't accomplish much early,
They're going to be light cavalry in just a second.
they are helping him right now. Do you agree with that? I mean, he's got, I'd say like, as soon as you get like 7 or 8, maybe. But he's gonna take the engagement. No,
Light
he's
cav
gonna
is
run
worth it
away.
if you have 5 or 6 scouts that are at good HP. Because it actually is, it's a pretty nice improvement. But these crossbowmen, they are going to the very, very corner of the map.
It's a trap.
Admiral Akbar warned us.
But he can't, like, cost effectively, I don't think Max can engage this. This is the annoying part about it. You can keep the army there, but you're going to lose quite a few knights cleaning this up.
Yeah.
And you have to wait for him to basically run out.
It's like you have to... The knights have to line up in queue to
Yep.
get their hits in.
And now Yo is going to be super annoying because he has one army on one side and one army on the other side.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's going to try and look for exposed areas of Max's economy, and he's also dropping the university at the front, but I think that's going to be denied.
There is a monk here, but that's obviously way too many units, and that university will be denied.
No early ballistics for you.
No, indeed. Yo is up to 3 town centers as well, so villager count is actually just 4 in favor of Yo. I assume there's probably a wheelbarrow to no wheelbarrow difference somewhere in there as well. So things should be pretty even. What do you think is going to be scaling better as we get to mid to late Castle Age? Crossbowmen or Knights?
It's a difficult question. It depends how much they produced, right?
Well,
I'd say
both are just keeping it up the production.
I'd say probably crossbowmen with the current map.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Yo can force the fights in the choke points, and I don't see the Max catching him out in an exposed position. I love these outposts.
Yeah.
I really love the outposts.
Well, that villager is unfortunately going to die for his efforts, but speed up the game a little bit. Actually, I think we've been slowing down. But the thing with Yo is that he never lost any of his crossbows.
Yeah,
That's just
exactly.
so critical.
Exactly. And like Max just saw that army stuck against the edge of the map, and he just left.
He
He's
just
like,
noped
not
out
worth
of
my
that one.
time, but maybe you should have kept a presence there, you know? Maybe you
mean-
should have left a light cap to let you know when he's actually wandering around exposed.
Honestly,
That
like
military.
even just sending like 4 knights might have been enough to at
So
least clean them up. There were only
what's
8
this?
crossbowmen.
We see Max coming with a bunch of knights, but we also see Yo going across with an outpost of his own, a couple of his own. So what's the plan here?
Oh, that poor deer didn't do anything wrong, man. Just got arrowed down by, what, 30 some odd crossbowmen?
What's the plan here? Forward Siege Workshop?
What's
this village? No,
second
this-
monastery. Oh, for Max?
No, for Mr. Yo, second monastery.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just gonna fully counter the knights at this point. Remember, there are light cab in there as well.
Yep.
To deal with the monks.
That is one of the reasons I do think it's good to keep your scouts alive if possible, because they're really good at sniping monks. But something that I'm kind of surprised about. Yeah, here's +2 defense just now coming in here for the Max. Yo's already getting redemption to deal with mangonels.
And he's gonna run right through the TC. I think Yo thought that was walled.
Maybe he thought he wouldn't run through the TC as well, but
He's in the eco now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not. I don't see him getting out of the eco, but he can certainly do a lot of damage in here.
I mean, honestly, just run out the right-hand side. It's not walled at all.
Oh.
Just run through the TC again. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
not afraid to run through one TC, why be afraid to run through 2? But he's going to be able to get some villager kills at a bare minimum, and he does need that as he is a little bit behind in economy.
Yeah.
Knights obviously a lot harder on the economy than our crossbowmen, and Yo's just forced to run back with these slow crossbowmen
Yeah.
to clean everything up.
And that's the disadvantage of crossbowmen is you're always chasing
Yeah.
the enemy's army if they're going knights. And Yo now desperate to trap these in, but the gold villagers are exposed now. Like, they're gonna hop in the TC, and he's gonna
All
lose
the idle
another one
time.
at the house too.
like he had up to 35 idols at one point, and all these forward monks aren't really accomplishing a whole lot. Like, Yo is ready for the big forward push, but Max just noped and went around using the mobility of his knights, and that's what you have to do, because you just can't be taking straight-up fights against the knights.
And now Yo's coming forward with some villagers again. What's going on? What is it this time?
A house.
Forward house!
An
Forward
abandoned
house! Now I've seen everything. This is the ultimate composition.
I mean...
Mangonel Monk's house. 100%.
It's called raising the property taxes in
yeah.
in Max
He
Theory.
got... Yo, dude, he got redemption, though.
Yeah, he got that earlier to deal with any
Okay.
mangonels from the Max. And yeah, that is a deleted siege workshop. 2 defensive towers here, guard tower on the way. Max is contractually obliged to get guard tower in every single game
He loves
when
it.
possible. Oh yeah.
He does love it. And I think I think it's also underrated. So
Oh, I think it's actually like
you can
the best
definitely
play
see
here by
the
far.
well, you can see the value of it when Max gets guard tower. It's very, very
because
strong
guard tower
in
is
the
now in,
defensive sense.
and there's going to be 0 damage done unless there's a castle dropped by Yo. And actually, what is Yo's stone count looking like? I was gonna say, oh, Yo doesn't have anywhere near enough stone for a castle, and then I just look at the map.
Well,
and
that's because
like,
the castle's already there. The castle's already there, and he's
Indeed.
gonna go forward with this on that hill we were talking about. So he's gonna
Is it
get the hill
actually on the
bonus
hill?
on the
I think it
little.
is.
It's on the little edge of it. You can see the
Yeah.
slant on the hitbox, right?
Yeah.
So that castle gonna put a lot of pressure on Max. I think Max is now forced to deal with it in some way, which usually is build a castle of your own, go up to Imp faster, and trap it down.
But
He's
nowhere
not
near-
going to be.
Nowhere near the resources for either a castle. I guess he was a little bit close to Imperial Age, but Yo's already on his way up. And again, this comes down to the fact that Yo's army doesn't cost food. It's way easier for him
Yep.
to maintain a good villager production. And, you know, Yo lost like, what, 10, 15 villagers and is now only 6 behind?
And he can immediately transition into a fully upgraded unit
Yeah.
in Imperial Age. So
With Arbalest. And
Yep.
he's got the castle. He can just switch into Chukonu.
yeah,
start
and
adding
all
them
the
in.
upgrades still
Yeah.
affect the Chukunu, and that's the ultimate composition you want. So Max needed to do, I mean, he did quite a bit of damage with those knights to the eco, but he needed to do a lot more. We'll see what he can do to pull it back in this situation. What would you do to pull this back if you're Max? Are you hoping for a mistake from Mr. Yo?
I would say maybe try and do like a ram push onto the castle. It's
Against the Chukunu, though, you can make Chukunu. You've seen the Mangonels from
Yeah.
Mr. Yo.
Well, there's only one Mangonel, you only have one Castle Chukonu production, but I guess skirmishers don't really feel like, you know, the power play. That's the thing with Chinese is in a vacuum, I prefer it when people go for Crossbone because you just have the super easy transition into Chukonu, and you can just start adding them in, and like what, even if Max gets up to Cavalier, like, you don't have Paladins
Well,
in
he's not
Chinese.
going Cavalier. He hasn't produced knights in
I
in a
mean-
while. But like, yeah, exactly. I agree with you 100%.
We've seen plenty of games where Chinese players have been, you know, having knights and then going into Cavalier and whatnot. But
Yeah.
it's really hard to make work. And now what? You're just adding in 3 archery ranges, making skirmishers against a guy who's going to have a bunch of fully upgraded arbalests really soon.
I think his main focus is going to be trying to get that castle position reversed in some way. You can see he's going up to Imperial Age as well, and he's got a lot on stone.
He does have a lot on stone, but it is 43 military to 8. And he's building a castle on this hill, but this is not a great position. Like, you're sacrificing so much of your base at that point. For another forward castle even higher up on this hill as well.
And Max's other stone. I mean, he's out of stone at the back, and
Yeah.
where's his main? Kind of in between the 2 castles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if Yo doesn't research murder holes, like one villager might survive 1 trip. Yeah, this is kind of a disaster here for the Max. Oh wait, was there a big Mangonel hit that I completely missed?
Yes, indeed.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's okay. Yo,
First set of the tournament.
Yeah,
We're fine. We're fine.
We're fine.
So lots of skirmishers now from Max. He's made a ton of ranges, and he's building up a counter unit. But what's the follow-up once you get the skirmishers? What is the follow-up against 2 castles that can produce like fully upgraded Chukunu? What's the follow-up to that?
Or yeah, just like Yo can do pretty much everything right now, and even if you have these skirmishers, they don't have like the greatest upgrades in the world. You're going to really want +4 defense against arbalests with your elite skirmishers, And yeah, no way Max can get that because, of course, you need to even more than that prioritize the range upgrades. And yeah, you don't have all of the time or resources to make that work. And now Max is down 20 villagers and positioning, and the game is over.
Great showing there from Yo. He went for the correct composition, I think, in Castle Age, and that's really where the difference was. Max had all those knights. It was a bit nervous for Yo at one moment, especially when he was trapped at the top there.
Yeah.
But he got out of there, and he managed to trap all the knights, kill all the knights. Max...
And then just go forward with the castle. What army does your opponent have to stop you? And
faster to Imp, faster to the castle, faster to your ideal unit comp. And
that's what I was saying before the series started. Like, this guy's, like, planning, like, throughout the game as it develops is just so freaking good.
Yeah. And I think Max made a bit too many scouts.
And then
I think
he made too many knights too early without enough upgrades to actually fight the crossbowmen when they were in a big clump. Because Yo was in the middle of the map with all of his with his crossbowmen. And if Max had like +2/+1 knights and like had the numbers that he did, he wouldn't need to have like tried to raid around and make damage happen there. He could have just like taken the fight out in the open.
Yeah.
Because obviously the middle of Valley is super open.
I love how both players didn't go for the middle too.
Oh yeah, it's like we literally just saw a Chinese mirror on Arabia. Okay.
We called it.
Oh no, we are yammering way too much. They are already in the next game.
Let's go into the game.
Okay. Okay, noted.
So the game is the Max's second pick, which was Mediterranean.
Indeed it was, and this is a
small
weird
pond Mediterranean.
It is a bean-shaped Mediterranean pond.
maybe we'll get like a beanstalk out of this or something.
Whoa, look at this. Some nomad plays coming in here from TheMax, who will be our red Persian player to the right of Mediterranean.
If you're that close,
yeah, I mean,
you might as well.
Oh man, that's definitely an interesting start. Yo will be our blue Mongol player to the left of the map, and this is pretty interesting. Yo, of course, luring these ostrich nice and early, but both players definitely going to be taking advantage of their very strong starts. And fishing ship right away as well. This is some straight nomad stuff.
No, this is, and I'm sure that Max has labbed this out completely. And it helps him a lot that he's so close to the water. Like, he could just take that villager that had built the house, go make a dock. As soon as you get a dock up, you can start making fishing ships. You just, like, jumpstart your eco.
Oh, and in a huge way, because fishing ships are such great food gatherers. In case you guys don't know, because Persians start with the extra 50 wood and food, well, wood in this case, you can build a dock, 2 houses, and a fishing ship with your starting resources.
Yep, and you can see how Max even had some villagers on the wood at the start just to get enough wood, so that I think he could build build another house.
Yeah. But obviously this means he can't afford a lumber camp yet. We see this on Nomad because you placed your TC right next to the wood line. Not really the case when it's a set position. So. But still, just with the stragglers, he'll be fine. And you can see already he's like a villager ahead. And, you know, with the Persian faster working TCs, he might, by the time they research feudal age, he'll probably be like 2 villagers ahead, if not more.
Yeah, 5% goes a long way.
5% goes a long way.
It does.
When you're making 20 villagers, I mean, that's an extra villager.
You always underestimate it. You're like, 5%. But, like, my caster cut is only 4%, so donate, please. 3%, no! Oh. Nili just gave me a 3. No.
Now it's 2% for you.
It's terrible. What a disaster. Why did I even show up?
Oh, man. At least you're, not having to pay your way.
All right, so Yo is finished. I think, what is that? 2 ostriches? 3 ostriches?
It's at least 2.
I think it's 3.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a third.
That was quick. And now he's just now going up for the dock, so you can see how much quicker the Persian player is than your standard build, right?
Yeah, I mean, the food gathered might still even be in the Mongols' favor, just because of their amazing hunters. But still, I mean, if you're able to keep up with Mongols in the early game, that means going into the mid game, you're going to have a huge advantage.
Yeah, because the Mongols
have very little going for them.
Yeah, that's pretty much how the Mongols are on almost every map. They have that spike early, and they have the spike late, and then you're just kind of flatlined in the middle.
Yeah.
So if the Persians can keep up with the spike early, on a map like Mediterranean, that usually in these spots would probably end pretty quickly. I think that's a good that's a
Yeah.
good start for the Persian player for sure.
And if they can secure water control, they have one of the best booms in the game. Like,
You can see why he picked this as a home map
Yeah,
with that
definitely.
strategy.
But still gonna have to see if Yo is gonna do something super aggressive. Nothing too crazy so far, but these guys are very close to each other, and if you just open like scouts or something, it's gonna be very different than a normal Mediterranean game for sure.
Well, nothing like this map doesn't look anything like a normal Mediterranean
Yeah.
game. The water is so small. I've never seen.
And it's so bean-shaped.
Yeah, I've never seen a map gen like this. This is crazy.
Yeah, actually, I saw it once in DE, a medi that looked very similar to this. So I guess it is just a thing you have to be on the lookout for. But of course, our Mongol player will be faster up to the feudal age.
Not too far behind though for the Max. He's gonna click up like right now, and it's the feudal age time is also faster.
Yeah, 5% faster.
Yep.
And going over to gold with 5 villagers is the max. Is any second dock just yet? Not yet. I wonder what this is for. He doesn't even have a barracks, but still no second dock.
So Yo has scouted the dock, and he knows the TC position from the Max. As far as the Max goes, I don't think he can. Can he see where Yo is? No, he's scouting the top side.
Yeah, he's getting a pretty unfortunate scout. I guess Max's didn't realize that this is very, very far from a standard game of Mediterranean.
And we are going to see something non-standard on
Oh,
Mediterranean right now. Yo coming forward with a ton of villagers. 5 villagers coming forward. He sees that. He sees that one line. He sees the golds as well.
You need that LOS when you hit feudal age, and that is not going to be super pleasant here from the Max, I think. Villagers coming around on the right side as well. Yo's going for the double tower.
Is that how you say it?
That's how I say it.
Oh, God.
I've never said it before, but I said it right now.
Hey, boys and girls, he's going for 2 towers.
No, that's copyrighted. Copywritten.
All right, so where's that second tower going to be placed? On the gold. In between the 2 golds. I think it's, if you get fletching, I think it's just close enough to range the other one, maybe.
I mean, it's certainly good enough where you can't max POV.
All right, let's go to Max's POV so he can see what he sees as soon as these towers go up. You can see he's already countered the tower from Yo, and now he's finding out about the gold tower, and Yo's scout is there as well, looking around to see where Max runs. Yo made a fire ship. He's coming in, and Max already has one in defense, so he's going to hold there for the time being. Wonderful cube mod.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love Age of Cubes.
Age of Cubes. The green cubes are trees.
Oh, yeah. Like the little bobbing cues for fish in the water.
Yeah, and Max still doesn't... I mean, he can assume where Yo is, but he still hasn't really found his base.
Yeah. That's definitely quite unfortunate. But still, Max is doing pretty well on water. He does have 2 docks to his opponent's 1, so we have to imagine that these fishing ships are going to be taking a one-way trip to the bottom of the bean.
All right, we're coming back
to
the main overlay, and look at what Yo is doing here. This is just so...
Oh, but he sees! Max sees!
Oh, did he get Town Watch?
Yeah, I think he did.
His scouting this series has been insane.
Yeah, look, villagers coming forward, and these fine ladies and gentlemen are not about to have a tower built right in front of the stone.
Especially with the weaker towers. This one's going to go down very, very quickly.
Yeah, and Yo's losing all of his fishing ships, as predicted. And this is actually, despite Yo doing a really good job of catching Max off guard initially, Max's response has just been so strong, and 4 villagers ahead right now.
Well, we'll see what Yo can do with these villagers. Still near the Max's base. You can see he sent another one forward from that other tower, so it's going to be 5 building that. I don't know.
Both towers are going to finish likely. I don't think shooting.
Is this wood line? I guess this wood line is quite important. If you look at Max's wood options, I mean, that other one is kind of denied. He's forced to go out and batter the tower down.
Yeah, but if you're walling the tower, why don't you wall all the sides of the tower, man? Because now, you know, if this was a fully walled tower, then Max wouldn't be able to do just this.
Yeah, but you only have so much time in the day, you know. Nili chuckles on the other side. Pro players only so much. Only so much time in the day.
Is the 6 seconds it takes to get the tower really
And
worth
look
it?
at Max. Max is out for vengeance right now. He's coming forward with an outpost just to figure out exactly where Mr. Yo's base is. And he's going to force Mr. Yo to chase with villagers.
Man. I think we're slowing down again, but, well, the villagers of Max are forced to retreat.
You know, like, Max now has the water control. He's got the fishing ships. He can afford this idle time. I'm not sure that Yo can.
No, Max has 6 fishing ships. He's 8 villagers ahead in total.
Yeah, he's produced more fishing ships, which is a great play when you know that your opponent, A, is off water, and B, can't even afford a dock, probably.
Yeah.
Because of all this pressure he's putting on your base.
And, you know, like we were just saying, Max can afford to have this big fight happen. Even if both players lose some villagers, like, this is better for Max in the long run. And he even has the military still. And what's Yo's follow-up to this? He has 3 farmers and the foragers. That's it. No fishing ships, no nothing.
Yeah, I think the follow-up is AG, followed by AG, possibly. We'll see what his response is. 2 towers went down at the front there. They're fighting over that final one. I think that's going to go down there, too.
Yeah.
You can just batter down those half-built walls if they're getting in the way. Yes, that one's going to go down. Another one from Mr. Yo. I feel like this is just desperation time for him at the moment. He's trying to find a crack somewhere in Max's defense. And Max is sending those villagers back to his eco, which is just far superior to Mr. Yo's at this point.
Imagine if Yo had fully walled in this tower and the villagers couldn't take it down. Then Max would have like nowhere to get wood. He'd have to go like all the way to the north side of his base.
If we ask him later about it and he says there's only so much time in the day.
Oh, man.
Be like, yes, that's my boy.
Guys, never ever have Dave coach you.
No, don't, please, no. This is a disaster.
Oh, man.
All right, so Max stabilized so well.
Yeah, like
from this.
This honestly reminds me of the Mediterranean game between Tim and Liereyy, like way back in ECL, where Tim went with the crazy forward towers and Liereyy just wasn't able to defend. The difference here is that Lierey's scouting in that game was not good enough to see all those resources, and Max's scouting in this game has just been so
Max's
strong.
scouting throughout the series. I think that's been a trend. Like, it's just been unbelievable.
But I think especially paid off in this game.
Yeah. So we've kind of slowed down here in this game.
Yeah.
A little bit. It looks like Yo's going to mix it up with a villager going to the south as well. So he looped around. This is like a Viviville right now.
Yeah.
He's going to go tower this wood line. I think Yo was placing importance on the wood lines because he saw how weird they were for Max.
Yeah.
So maybe he's going to try and do it again. Unfortunately for him,
that's definitely scouted out.
Max has some stone miners in the back there, but there's another tower.
There's another tower. Living by my old AoE 2 motto, if at first you don't succeed, tower, tower again.
Yep, and a market coming down from Max, so he's going to balance his eco a little bit. Maybe try and get up to Castle Age.
Fairly soon. I mean, he's got 16 food workers, and a lot of those are these fishing ships. Notably, we see Yo trying to get back onto water, but the dock was already been scouted out from the Max, so he can just switch into adding a few more fire galleys.
Yep.
And, yeah, this is not
I think if the Max even loses his fishing ships right now, like, it's worth it to not even fight that at this point. They've already done their job, you know? And he's scouted that tower for Mr. Yo. He's placing a tower of his own. He's battering that one down, and the villager is on the run.
very slowly.
He's also countering the other tower that's going up from Mr. Yo, where those first villagers were.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, here. Can't keep track of all the towers.
There has been a lot. We've had double-digit towers in this game.
Oh, and Yo will get 1 villager.
Do you see that little wall there for Max? That's double purpose. It not only stops this villager from running away, it stops these guys from escaping, especially if he goes. And he did actually finish these walls.
Yeah.
Or sorry, start on them. So those villagers are all trapped in that tower.
Yeah, I mean, but this game is all pretty much completely over at this point. Yo has 0 follow-up. He's 13 villagers behind at this point. I mean, he's trying to make a play back onto water, but it is 1 dock production versus 3 docks that even produce 10% faster.
I love how that one villager building that tower, engaged in a Vil fight with Max's Vil, killed it, and then walled itself out, and now it's going to be super annoying.
Yeah, it
and
is.
now Max is just deciding, okay, I'm going to make a counter tower. I can build it faster if I have a bunch of villagers, and I'm going to wall your villager in.
Yeah, I mean, just normal stuff. That's so many fishing ships for the Max. It's had 10 fishing ships working for so long versus 0.
Yeah, and Yo's economy is still looking it's just bare bones.
Yeah, he's not getting the Castle Age anytime soon.
Oh, he didn't. Oh. Yo ends up, I think, getting the tower up. Max needed one more hit on that villager.
Oh.
Not a huge deal, though, because he does have wood lines in the back now that are secure, and he can basically, like,
I mean,
he has free reign to go anywhere on the map at the moment.
Yeah, like, what army does Yo have? Yo is actually closer to getting up to Castle Age than I thought, I guess just because he's made 0 military. But, you know, if he balances Zico with the market, it's not that far away, but it's a matter of economies, and that one is definitely in the Max's favor.
Do you see Yo's dock right now?
It's getting fired.
That poor guy, he's putting in so much work. If a demo comes out here, it's going to be huge damage.
But you can see that Max is already spreading out the fire ships as best he can.
But still, like, a demo is probably going to hit at least 2 of them.
And then what?
And then he's going to fight his way back. I'm not.
Fight his way back with what?
I'm just the cheerleader, all right? I'm just the cheerleader here, okay?
Anyway, Max has clicked up to Castle Age. This game has gone from being over to being more over, and I guess he's now making his first barracks. I guess make some knights or something and just kill your opponent. I mean, looks like Yo is maybe, about to click up himself. If he gets a market, then he certainly can click up.
Yo was making more towers.
Where?
In the back of Max's base. The 2 villagers that didn't escape.
Oh, yes, here they are.
It never ends.
No.
He sent 5 forward, 3 have died, 2 remain.
Like I said, if at first you don't succeed, tower again.
Yeah. I mean, he's forced a lot of defense against Max, and to be fair, that's time that Max hasn't spent at Yo's base. So, like, sometimes the best defense is a good offense.
Sometimes it is the case. It's not the case now, but sometimes.
Sometimes it is the case.
Oh, man. So I guess another tower is being attempted, and there were some definitely nice quick walls here from Yo, but Max is just going to build towers slightly faster. And I think that we very well could be seeing a Castle Age GG. Well, Yo did just click up himself, but like, what's his transition? Mangudai? With all the towers on the map? I mean, you're not going to outboom your opponent.
Yeah, I think he is looking to go maybe on water again. I think he's sending villagers forward to dock, and he's been producing navy, but once again, what is that going to give him?
Look at Max's docks. Max has really smartly docked all around the bean, and his fishing ships have been of maximum efficiency.
And he's actually, that villager that was docking all around the pond has actually made a stable on that side. So he's going to come in from the left-hand side. Not that it really matters because Yo's base is completely open at the moment, but he'll probably find that gold and the stone.
Is your game frozen?
With knights, is my game frozen?
End of game data. The game's still going on, so if you could switch over to Dave's...
End of game data.
Oh, okay.
There we go. I like to call that the game telling Yo that...
It's done.
Yeah.
It's time to go to Game 5.
Yep.
And hey, we said it would be 3-2.
Yep.
Everyone said it would be 3-2.
Not enough time in the day.
Oh,
it was just GG. Okay.
Well, that works.
It was just GG. Don't panic, all right? Don't panic, chat. It was just GG.
At least
it's fine.
No more than usual. Yeah.
So what do you think about that matchup? That seemed like super planned out for Max.
Yeah.
He labbed that completely, and then I think Yo saw how close Max was, and how much land there was, and how little water there was, and he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna go for a tower forward.
Yeah, but Max's defense was just so good.
Yep.
And of course, around 800 more food collected, 600, 500 more wood, and then almost double the gold. And then the stone towers just did not do enough to make the difference.
Yeah. So, everyone predicted, one way or the other, they predicted 3-2.
Indeed.
I think both of us did as well.
Yeah, we did.
It's final game. Where do you see this going?
I can see it going to Land Madness.
Okay. Well, we know that. I am talking about the set. It is obviously Yo's home map, so
it's
he has the
Yo's home map.
advantage.
And I'm going to stick by with what I said in the beginning of the series, and I think it's going to be Yo 3-2 still, because players have been winning their home maps. Yeah. And they're in the game.
Let us get into the game here. It's game number 5.
In this second series of the tournament, already going right over to game 5, and this has been a great series to cast. Oh boy. Can you get into the game?
Okie doke. Give us 1 second here, chat.
There are no Franks on Land Madness.
Nili?
Yeah. We have a bit of a problem. Oh, yeah, we don't. Yeah, they're going to have to pause this. We're going to need to get the bath on these computers.
All right, give us a second. We're doing it live, okay?
Yeah.
We're doing it live.
Doing it live. 8.4K people.
Who knows the folder where we get maps in?
Not me.
Oh, okay.
We don't have the map, guys. So.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got to get the maps.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
So what civs? Land Madness.
Mongols and Aztecs.
Mongols and Aztecs.
I forget who was who, but
Yo has picked Mongols already.
oh yeah. So it's Mongols for Max, Aztecs for Yo.
Okay.
So they're just playing this like it's going to be a very, very aggressive open land map, as opposed to really leaning on all of the forage bushes that are still scattered around. They're just not right next to your TCs.
Yeah.
So this is
Max has got to do damage early though, as
Yeah.
Mongols.
Yeah.
Against Aztecs, like you're gonna struggle in Castle Age. Mongols are all about what you look like when you hit Castle Age, I think.
yeah, and Aztecs like they're just so strong throughout the game. Like in Dark Age they're great, in Feudal Age they're great, in Castle Age they're great, and at least early to mid Imp they're great.
Yeah.
It's going to be tricky. The one thing that I will say is in favor of Mongols is that there are so many potential areas you can raid because it's impossible to completely wall yourself.
Yep.
Most of the time.
That is an advantage of Land Nomad. So scouts are going to be, or sorry, Land Madness.
Yeah,
Land. Thank God we're not playing Land,
Let's
Land
go.
Nomad.
10-hour series.
No, that is an advantage of it for sure. And scouts are going to be have a huge power spike
Yeah,
in that
definitely.
stage of the game.
Plug it in there. I have the USB drive.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, we're just getting the map, guys. Nothing too crazy. We know what the problem is. And if I have the map, can I jump into the game?
Yeah, wait for both of them.
Okay.
They're waiting.
Oh, okay. Okay, so hope you guys have been enjoying NAC so far. This has been a great series. Overlay guy, trying to work his magic. Talk? How do you talk? I don't know how.
You're a caster, it's what you do.
Not well, evidently. But no, seriously, this has been a great series. It's been so back and forth, and really getting to see all of the variety of maps we have so far, and just pretty solid, interesting games all around. Like they've been so different from like each other. We've had aggressive games, we've had passive games, we've had weird games, we've had more standard games, and yeah, we'll have to see how Land Madness is going to shape out. I think it should be pretty aggressive. I think by late Castle Age, this should definitely be decided. And yeah, hopefully we'll be getting back into this soon.
I'm muted right now.
Yeah, I know you're muted.
Dave's muted. The meme.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man. You know, it's like the DauT castle. To get rid of the meme, you can't be living the meme.
I am
You should be unmuted.
unmuted. Okay.
No, not
Not unmuted. What does that mean, not unmuted? That's just muted.
question.
That's just muted.
Oh,
What are you
man.
talking about?
All the confusion.
I can hear myself in the main room, so I'm definitely unmuted now. Okay. So, Land Madness, the old meta, Frank Mirror.
Yeah. Or Slavs as like a counterpick to Franks in like a
Yeah.
Civ draft scenario, but this just completely different civs that we don't normally see all that often on this map. So it should be interesting. Like I don't think I've ever seen Aztecs on.
What do they go for? What do they transition into?
I mean, it has to be like.
Are they going men-at-arm into archers
or eagles?
or eagles?
I think it's definitely a possibility. So it looks like Dave is going to be getting back into the game in just a second.
We're
so
Gucci boys. Don't worry.
we'll get into this quite soon. So
There's always a couple things. You can try and plan for everything, but there's always a couple things that'll catch you off guard. In this case, we didn't have the maps on the computer. Or just one map. Just one map. That's all it takes.
just one map.
Not enough time in the day, you know.
So I am getting into the game. It should be paused right now. Yeah, I should just catch up.
I will tell them to go.
Okay. So we'll just put it on a little bit faster of speed while we catch up, but we have arrived, everybody, in game number 5 in this best of 5. Very close series so far between the Yo and TheMax. I guess he's Mr. Yo for this tournament, but on Voobly for a while he was the Yo in the same exact way with the 2 underscores as TheMax.
I'm just glad it's not Chinese characters.
Oh, yeah.
When I look at the leaderboard, they're
Yeah.
everywhere. I don't know who's who. So I'm just glad that it is a Yo of some kind. And over on the other side of the map, we do have Mr. Yo over here.
Indeed. He will be our blue Aztec player. And on the other side, of course, will be the Max in the red as the Mongols. Land Madness, guys, I believe this is the first time we've seen it so far in the main tournament. You have these very consistent wood lines that are fairly small, but they're consistent, and they have a little ring of ice around each one. And if you're wondering what the heck does that do, it means you can't wall across it. So it's really, really hard, next to impossible, to completely wall.
You can't full wall your base, basically.
Yeah. So what this means is, as we were saying earlier, scouts are just even more powerful because they're just able to dart in and snag random villagers at points. And Aztecs, their army is going to be a little bit slower. So we're going to have to see how Yo is going to be working with this. He's got 4 on wood versus the 3 of the Max. So going to be early scouts for the Max. Yo, I think, is a little bit more up in the air.
Scouts, however, I mean, it's easy. It's at a pro level. It's easy to quick wall your lumber villagers in, and those are going to be your most exposed people. Whereas something like men-at-arms that maybe the Aztecs might go for, you can get through those walls pretty quickly. So.
Wrong stats. Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah, because you have to switch it over in DE.
But as I was saying, it's easier to get into those walls. It's easier to apply pressure, and it's less easy to counter. You can't just make a spearman and chase the entire army away.
Yeah.
So men-at-arms definitely stronger, but easier eco-wise to go for scouts, and maybe a better transition.
Yeah, you have an easier transition for sure. And look at this, Yo going for the deer. So I assume he's going to be putting the mill, around.
Yeah, it's
these
pretty
deer.
close to the mill. I mean, if you just take one and then go forage with the mill, I think is a solid idea. With Aztecs, you'll get that extra carrying capacity. So.
Yep, just the 3 villagers can take the entirety of the deer meat as opposed to.
And he's gonna lose. Is he gonna lose his eagle? Sorry, it was a bit far behind there. He lost quite a bit of HP on it. I'm going to speed up to catch up.
Yeah. So the Eagle Scout at 23 HP right now. That means if the Scout Cavalry can hunt him down, he could die, but no. Instead, the Max opting to push in some deer. Got to get all that nice venison as the Mongols. And the Max can technically, I guess, go back and heal up in his town center, but likely going to be just keeping the Eagle Scout forward with the soon-to-be men-at-arm, probably.
I love the berries on the right side of Max's base too, right by the deer. Like just, Viper's not here, but if he wants, it's quite far away though.
Yeah.
We'll see if it ever comes into play. Militia heading across the center of the map as we speak.
Yep.
Drush coming in from our blue player, Mr. Yo. And where can it hit?
Well, there is the quick walls coming in on the wood line, as you were saying earlier. It is, because the wood lines are so consistent, they're actually very easy to quick wall in, like almost all the time. And that's going to be no problem in the south. There is no walling happening in the north just yet, but unless Yo goes that way like right now, I think the Max should be fine, getting up to feudal age and getting into scouts. I guess Yo could go all the way around to the forage bushes, but I mean, Max just should see that coming a mile away.
Yeah, I wonder if he just wants to sit here at this wood line.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, eventually you'll get the scout numbers you need to just kill the
deer before he can push it in.
What did that deer ever do to you, Yo?
Yes, yes.
Oh.
This is already the most effective Drush
Yeah.
we've seen on Land Madness yet this tournament.
This is the only Drush we've seen on Land Madness in this tournament.
Hold the phone. It is, so by that reasoning, it is the most effective and least effective as well.
You are technically correct.
Yeah.
The best kind of correct.
Yeah.
And yep, that will be some quick walled in villagers, Max getting up to feudal age, getting the stable. Built with 3 villagers, obviously there is some speed required, but again, quick walling the wood line. Militia not doing a ton, but not completely useless either.
And Max has no idea where Yo is. If you check his scouting, Max spent all his time pushing deer and following that Drush.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't know where anything is on this map. Obviously, he's making scouts so he can figure it out quickly, and he can assume that Yo is over near that spot.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know where the woodlines are. He doesn't know where anything is.
Yeah, I mean, if Yo isn't quick-walled in with his villagers, then that might be able to be something Max can exploit, but for right now, these scouts are going to be focusing on cleaning up the Drush. Eagle Scout has been taken down.
Ooh,
Militia
whoa.
actually are still on full HP, but Yo hasn't actually clicked up. Never mind. Yeah. Yo just now clicked up.
Curse of the caster right there.
Yeah, like as I was saying that, Yo clicked up, but he'll be getting to feudal age, and what's the follow-up here? 3 on to gold. I mean, we check his resources.
I think it's got to be into
Archers?
archers, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can't fast castle on this map. You can't.
Unless he's just making a few eagles, but I don't see the purpose in that.
Yeah,
full
like-
age.
Especially against scouts, where
Yeah.
you know your opponent already has a ton of scouts.
Yeah, and they're just slow to produce.
Yeah.
Like, they're so slow.
I mean, it's 60 seconds for most civs. As Aztecs, I believe it's down to like 51, but that's
So
still
yeah.
pretty slow.
Max did go to the wrong end of the map first.
Oh,
he
did he?
did go to the bottom. He had no idea, so it did delay
Oh.
him just a tiny little bit, but he is now here, and he's going to find that there is not a lot to hit. Maybe the berries.
The forage bushers is they're quite exposed, but they're running home to the town center. They should be totally fine. Just a little bit of idle time being caused right here. Ooh, the villagers taking from the deer in the back though could be a juicy target here for the Max.
I think there's a couple weak scouts there, though, and Yo knows it. Oh, he's going to quick wall.
They're
All right.
not that weak. They're above half HP.
Ooh. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Forward archer range coming from the Max, and he's actually being chased. Yo sees the villagers coming forward.
I mean, the Max obviously really wants to get up into his opponent's face, maybe fearing the time in Castle Age when Mongols are going to start to fall off, as the game is, more or less dead even right now. I'm not sure if this is going to pan out. Yo is getting the Man-at-Arm upgrade, but cancel it. As
Yeah,
he sees
cancels it immediately.
As he sees all the militia are going to end up dying. So that's definitely pretty unfortunate for Yo. He actually has 0 kills and 6 deaths right now. And he's getting up his own archery ranges. Maybe with the help of the Aztec faster producing military units, he can catch up. But we'll see if he's going for archers or skirmishers. Probably archers at first until he sees that his opponent is going
Just
to
the
be so forward.
why forward? Are you going to follow it up with like a tower or something? Like what? Why forward? What's the purpose of that?
The thing with towers on this map is your resources are so spread out.
Yeah, I know, but
that-
that's why I don't understand.
No, I'm agreeing with you. The logic, at least I can't see it. But maybe like in Castle Age, you like really wants to pile on with like forward siege.
It's going to be a while until he gets there, though.
I agree. Oh, the villagers, let me in! Let me in! Uh-oh. Well, one villager is going to end up dying, or 2 villagers even. So that's already quite a nice little win here for the Max. 9 kills to 0 deaths for our
Yeah,
Finnish
that's really
player.
bad. That's a great spot for him to go immediately back to those berries, realizing it's an exposed place, and like even forcing this watchtower down against the edge of the map.
Yeah, that's not a great watchtower.
No.
Not in the long run anyway. And this is a huge edge right now for the Max. Yo has just not gotten anything done so far other than killing a guy, a deer.
And here come the villagers. Okay, so the villagers are going to loop around from Max, and they're going to actually, I think, drop a tower somewhere, as Yo is fighting against archers and scouts with just villagers.
Yeah, where Yo needs army, and he doesn't have it. Okay, killing some of the scouts is nice, but he lost another villager. He's down 5 right now, just now getting fletching. Max has had fletching for definitely a little bit at this point, and now forced off the gold again.
Max is in a great position in this game. We were questioning the forward archer range. I still don't think it needed to be forward, but it's working out for him at the moment. So who are we? Who are we to ask that question?
The casters, the ones with the mics. Yeah, Yo's trying to get the armor upgrade for the archers, but like he needs to like completely take a decisive win in a fight. Otherwise, he's just going to be behind in every single aspect, and kind of like in game number 1. He's just going to be completely dead in the water just if he loses a fight.
We were talking, though, how the Mongols kind of stall in Castle Age. So if Yo holds on here, if he gets his economy stabilized and he starts building up the army numbers, then perhaps he can bring himself back into this game.
Yeah, Max isn't anywhere near Castle Age himself, but he is getting a lot of farmers up way more than his opponent. And yeah, both players very low resources, and I have to imagine that Max is still going to have a faster Castle Age, which is going to be hugely negating the Mongols' general weakness in the area. Also, nice tower here.
That's an amazing tower, because you have the army to back it up too. But Yo is going to just loop around. Is he just going to ignore the scouts and loop around to the villagers?
Ignoring the archers too. I mean,
okay.
It's a decision. It was a very conscious decision. I don't know if it was the right one, but it's the one that Yo went for, and is he sort of cleaning things up? I mean,
it's a very confusing fight here, but
Yeah.
he did kill a villager from. He killed both villagers from Max, so Max can no longer make forward buildings, and he's got skirms mixed in with his archers, more skirms than Max does. So I think he's definitely going to stabilize this situation. Max is no longer providing pressure. He's got that one forward archer range, which if Yo pushes forward, he can't get reliable units out of that. They're all going to die. So.
Yeah, I mean, again, Yo is still going to be around a millennium away from the Castle Age, but if he can push back against the Max and make something happen himself, that could be exactly what Yo needs to get back into this game, because Max isn't on stone as far as I can tell, so he's not going to have a defensive tower as an option if Yo is able to push, but that seemed like a nice little hill take from the Max.
Yeah, we'll see. There's quite a few skirmishers from Yo hanging around the other side. I think maybe he's waiting to clear up that scout and then loop around.
I mean, the scout's really low HP, and he just lost how many archers? 4?
Yeah, maybe he was waiting for something else.
I mean, like, what's the point of the skirmishers if they don't actually protect the archers?
There's still just, I think the theme of this game has been just a ton of pressure coming forward from Max. Not letting Yo breathe at all. And I'm wondering if he's going to build up here or if he's going to loop around behind again.
Max
and try
has like
and find a different
50% more population than Yo right now. It is an absolute disaster for Mr. Yo.
And I'm not sure if this is the correct play, but Yo is going to loop around and try and do some damage to Max's base. And look at Max's base. He's got outposts everywhere again. The theme of this set is just exploration for the Max.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, look at this huge army barreling towards Yo's wood line. I mean, yeah, they're walled off, but there's still archers that can poke away. There's a tower.
And he's just going to walk right into there.
Yeah. Again, Max is still incredibly far away from Castle Age, but I mean, this game is very likely just going to be decided in Feudal Age, so.
That's Yo's only wood line.
Yeah.
And it's just such an ugly situation there. He's going back to the stone now. So he wants more towers to defend that wood line.
Eventually, they'll be costing more wood than they're worth.
And I think, did Max actually create extra scouts? I think he
Yes.
made a couple extra scouts.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so he's gonna loop around with those just to counter the skirmishers from Yo. So all in feudal from Max as well.
Yep, and look at Yo's counter aggression getting absolutely stuffed
By
by
the
Max.
extra scouts. That's such a great play from him to make those, what was it,
Plus
4
one
or
armor.
5 extra scouts and +1 armor.
plus 1 armor.
Like, he just knows that Yo's only hope here is to go skirmishers to clear up his army and then transition into range units in Castle Age. But if
Yeah.
he goes full feudal, what does Yo do?
I mean, not
This
a
is
whole
what's
lot.
happening. He can't do
Like,
anything. Yeah.
Max can go full feudal and still have a faster Castle Age than Yo,
Yep.
most
Yep.
likely. Like, Yo is 13 people on food right now versus the 24 of the Max who's just now about to click up.
Yeah.
Like, this game is, as they say, over 6 ways to Sunday, and probably a Castle Age GG or end of game data. One or the other. Yo's trying to take these deer, but Max is going to say no to that.
Well, I think if it's the first day, you got to fight to the end. I think on all these sets, just fight to the end.
I mean, it
see,
is game
see what
5.
you can make happen. You know.
I mean, it's not like there is like any penalty for staying in the game long.
Nope.
And, you know, Yo is one of the most resilient players. You know, but it's not going to happen in this game.
Jeez, look at all the red on the map. It's
Yeah.
it's just crazy from the Max. The way he asserted control after
Yeah.
making that random archer
Yeah.
range forward. He just asserted dominance
Oh, yeah.
and went straight to those berries. That's such an underrated play. You saw how exposed they were at the back there. Saw how many villagers were there. And really, really exploited that. And then saw how desperate Yo was for this wood line.
Yeah.
And he just kept hanging around, hanging around, hanging around.
Well, like, this wood line is right where Max is attacking, and this wood line that Yo's going to now is also fairly close to where Max is attacking.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Great map awareness from him.
Yeah, definitely. Even the tower is going to be going down to archers and skirmishers and scouts soon. And yeah, I mean, scale mail armor coming in from Yo, that's not going to be enough to stop knights that are going to be coming in and crossbows and elite skirmishers.
Was he trying to like tech into eagles? Was the thought here? He's making an eagle right now, but it's so slow.
That's not going to be here in time before the game is completely over. And
Max sees the other wood line too now.
yeah, like,
Disaster. Yo already making a defensive. He's fighting till the edge. You know what? I'll give Yo credit. He's fighting right to the end.
and that's the end. He fought right
GG.
to it.
What a performance from Max in that game.
That was a really, really great game.
Was
And
that
it's just,
Yo's home map?
yeah, it was.
Like, pretty convincing.
Yeah, no, Max looked
For
really,
Yo's
really
home
good there.
map. Pretty convincing.
But great series, though.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously went all 5 games, and it's pretty interesting. And yeah, just all going down to that very, very aggressive game on land madness. Kill-death ratio, obviously, in Max's favor, but look at that largest army difference.
Yep. And this is what we were talking about. Remember before the series, we were talking about both players, and we were saying Max is the wild card. He is the dark horse, and you never know what you can expect from him. Like that Persians on Mediterranean, that's such a labbed out build. And like being able to come forward with a couple villagers and teching into extra scouts on the Land Madness. And all the outposts too, like just crazy scouting, crazy defensiveness from Max.
If I'm remembering the series correctly, Yo won the 2 games that went the longest, and then Max won the other 3 games.
Yeah.
I think that was like, because the first game went
Was the Arabia?
Yeah, that went to Late Castle Age, right?
Yeah.
And then the Chinese Miron Valley went to Imperial Age. And Yo won those games, but Max was able to get the damage done, obviously, in the early game.
Yeah, and that's where he can just, we were talking about how Yo is so good on planning his transition into the Imperial Age army, and Max kind of messed that up in the games that he won.
Exactly.
Look at that big smile. Look at that big friendly mug over there.
Yo's smiling too, obviously.
Yeah.
We're all friends.
He can hear us.
We're all
He's
having a good time
I'm gonna
here.
get them later.
Interview time?
Interview time. Be my guest. Lead us
Okay.
off.
Okay. I guess it's me.
Oh, I'm supposed to talk. Well done, Max. That was a really good series. I think we saw a lot of unique games in that series. We saw obviously the Mediterranean with a unique map generation, and Max definitely took advantage of that. The Arabia with the forward buildings, kind of ironic considering that's how he lost in the last map, his own home map pick. And not super long games, but decent. Okay, we're ready to go. I will see you again casting with Viper on the final set of the day. And until that time, thank you for watching. Oh, if you have Twitch Prime, support Nili.
What's up, people lovers? Small behind the scenes tour.
Okay,
Pre-NAC3 to
I guess
show
we
you
are
how I'm
back
living.
here with our
Here's the
winners
kitchen.
interview with TheMax. That was quite the series, all 5 games.
Yeah.
We all thought it would be close.
Yeah.
Was this what you expected?
Yeah, I expected it would be a close series.
And so against Yo, what did you do that was like in special preparation in how you would deal with a player like Yo? Like what did you do differently?
I wanted to pick the water map since I thought I would have a good chance on them, and I actually won both.
Yes, you did. And you, I would say, aren't normally known as a water player, like a big water player. Is that something that you've been just playing a lot more recently? Or because, yeah, you looked good on them.
I have decent build orders for both of those maps, so I felt pretty good on them.
Yeah, thinking of like build orders, that Persian play on what was technically Mediterranean, the dock right away, like that's some straight nomad stuff right there.
Yeah.
And that's something that you had planned on doing? Just
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow. And then just were right there on the water, so that was even better.
Yeah.
Thinking back to, what was it, the Valley game I thought was really good. You obviously did not win it. What was your, what do you think went wrong for you there?
I had a pretty open map, and I just had to protect against the scout raids. He made much less scouts than I did, only 4, and I had to make like 6 and even spears.
Yeah, you had 8 military to 4.
Yeah. But he was fully walled, so I couldn't do any damage, so I was behind from that point on.
Yeah, and I think that mid-game, when you made that big counterattack with all the knights, I think that maybe if you could have gone with like +2 earlier or something, then you could maybe have fought the archers a bit better, but...
Yeah. I was hoping to add a forward siege workshop and start pushing with mangonels and siege, but I couldn't get the villager alive.
Yeah. So that was obviously the longest game of the series, but yeah, you looked really good on the water maps. So is that something that we should be expecting much more of you in the future?
Yeah, I've been practicing them.
Cool. So any final thoughts before we throw this back over to Overlay Guy?
Well, it's always great to win such a close series, and there were some good games. I'm happy with the result.
Well, you should be, because you played very well.
Thanks.
So, yeah.